the OL Weekly Community Call. It's top of the hour right now. I'm going to give a couple more minutes for some other people to come into the meeting, and then we will get things started.
Hey, Rico.
Hey, Christian, how are you doing?
Good. You?
All right, man. Just trying to get started here. Drinking coffee, figuring out which way's up.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Matt, I see you're out there as well. I'm going to invite you up.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Matt, sounds good. Welcome. We will get through our agenda, or we'll go over our agenda here in just a sec.
Okay.
Hey, Zaki, welcome. Jack, good to be here.
Hey guys, morning, have a good day.
Thanks, Jack. Good to see you. I know it's late for you.
Okay.
All right, everybody, it's 2 minutes after. Don't want to penalize the people to show up on time. Thank you all for being here. Welcome back. This is the OL Community Weekly Call. We get together every Wednesday at this time and go over the state of OL, what's been happening around the community, and sometimes, like today, we're fortunate enough to have a guest speaker. Please be advised that we are recording this call, and this will be posted to YouTube afterwards as part of our meeting minutes, so if that is a problem for you, you may want to step out or at least be quiet. Today, we are going to go through our usual roundup of the state of the OL network, and then through our standard weekly agenda, which is a roundup of all the working groups, what's happening around the working groups in the community, a couple of minor news items as well, and then we will have a guest speaker. Today's guest speaker is Matt Pruitt of Radical Exchange. That organization is an OL supporter. Matt is active in the community, and he's going to be talking to us about a couple of topics. So without further ado, let's get into it. Today is the 102nd day since the launch of the project. The current epoch is 120. Current number of validators in the system is 84. That's up from 77 last week. Our Carpe numbers, our active Carpe numbers, tailed off a little bit this last week. We've got, it looks like 1,215 active Carpe installations at this moment in time. And our Discord community is sitting at just over 2,200 people. Since the last meeting, there have been a couple of minor things happen. We've did a reorg of Discord, just simply trying to get things grouped a little better and signposted a little better, and trying really to improve our onboarding process and help people get into the project, understand things more quickly, and get productive more quickly. We also have a very active discussion right now around the Teams proposal, which is something everyone should be involved in if they have not done so. There's even a dedicated channel for it called Teams Delegation. Definitely weigh in there and share your views. This is an important topic and a big shift in network architecture. And the beta version of the OL handbook is now live as well. That's on a subdomain off the ZeroL.network domain. It's at handbook.zerol.network. It is a work in progress, but it has quite a bit of the basic information in right now. Information about how the working groups are organized, who the key roles are, parliamentary procedures. We're starting to accumulate meeting minutes. It's really sort of the nuts and bolts playbook that you need to engage in the community, including all of the hustle karma process, templates, forms, etc. So we expect that resource to build out substantially. Right now it's got quite a few gaps in it, but it is up and it is growing as we speak. So that's sort of a roundup of what happened this last week. We had a lot of people out for ETH Denver. but still quite a bit of progress happening, certainly at the working group level. So let's go ahead and start with the working group roundup. And Christian, I'm going to call on you first to cover the governance working group and the engineering working group. So it's over to you.
Sure, yeah. Hey, Christian here. So starting with the engineering working group, on the team's proposal, phase one, there's currently like five reviewers making their way through that proposal and giving their feedback to OE. On the team's phase two, basically we've been discussing components around how to build in civil resistance, especially around sort of the identity towers. One option that's sort of being looked at is kind of tying in the ancestry or genesis of a wallet address to sort of avoid synthetics creating a bunch of addresses and potentially identity towers. This is sort of an ongoing discussion. On the Make Whole project, haven't made a ton of progress lately, but sort of looking into two kind of potential options, like one using a Merkle tree or the other kind of more like simple ways or is hard coding addresses into a smart contract. This is still sort of being evaluated. On the bridge side, both sort of the Ethereum and Move components of the bridge exist in their basic forms. On the Ethereum side, basically the parameters around how you transfer funds on the ETH blockchain have been created, and you can specify a Move address there, but sort of specifying the Move address piece hasn't yet been tested. And then Coin 1 is looking for folks with a Rust background to potentially help here. So if you know anyone or you have a Rust background and want to help, please let us know. In terms of the Carp data, there's a recurring issue on the Carp UI that the team is potentially going to look into. And then sort of lastly, we need one more volunteer to run a testnet node. So if that is of interest to you, please let us know. Jumping over to the governance working group, give me a second here, pull up my notes. In the governance working group, we've really been looking at sort of how do we increase community engagement. And Shashank has been working on a potential kind of proposal process around sort of governance, identity, and generally like fostering engagement. So just kind of an ongoing discussion there. Still very much in the discovery phase. And that's it for me.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. B, over to you for an update from the analytics working group, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. A few things from us. Obviously, we've had some slowdowns with ETH number as well, but we still have our slate of potential candidates to fill the roles. So we have myself nominated for coordinator, Saturn for broker, and MZ for archivist, and expect that we will hold elections. We were hoping to hold them last week, but we felt any quorum, so hold them at our next meeting, which will be the following Friday, the March 4th. So as far as work goes, there's been some work on updates on the validator tree and also validator monitoring, which I think was good. Danielle was becoming active there, and I think that was well done to kind of patch that. I think it brings up some interesting points, something for us to work on from like a validator monitoring point of view in terms of having enough donations and kind of community say norms around both donation and really civil resistance validators, and I think that was quickly I think that's already been resolved, so I think that was a good thing. we have ongoing. We have some things that we can actually support with the Maple competition as well. So so we could just hearing that we could coordinate with the engineering group on that. And then now we still have some ongoing projects around payment structuring. We certainly are working to make our tasks more visible and through through the broker dealing with Airtable. So looking to improve that process as well. So those are that's it.
All right, thanks. I am the archivist for the Branding and Comms group, so give a quick update there. Branding and Comms is really sort of firing on all cylinders right now. Quite a few things are in motion. We took a look last week at mood boards and preliminary logo idea designs. Advanced those discussions. We're seeing quite a bit of design work coming out right now. And I would expect probably, and hopefully I'm not out of line by saying this, I would expect that within the next couple of weeks, we will have some definiteness around the brand color schemes, fonts, logos, etc. And then we would begin the process of reskinning the website, the handbook, and starting to produce the little pieces of collateral that we've held off on all this time until we get this sorted out. So a lot of really good work going on over there. A lot of that being driven by Lex and by Design Sage. So shout out to you guys. Thanks for all your work on this. That's moving along really nicely. Also, with the Hustle Karma group, Comstar, who's the archivist there, is not able to join us today. Hustle Karma, I'll do the update on that too. That working group, like Branding Comms, is doing really well in terms of hitting their pace and starting to crank things out. Formalization of the Hustle Karma process has pretty much been nailed down at this point. I'm sure there's room for optimization, but we've got something that's functional right now. Payments are flowing through the system, invoices, etc., are being written into GitHub. That entire Hustle Karma process is going up on the handbook so people can get a little bit of transparency around how that happens. We had all of our brokers in the meeting this week, which was really great, and it was a chance for us to sort of figure out where there's room for optimization and where there's still bumps in the road. We've also got our moderators team really working very, very well right now. Jacqueline, who was just up here a moment ago, gets a lot of credit for that. So does Red Devil. Those guys have been keeping the Discord community on the rails and helping us also with recruiting. So shout out to everybody who's doing moderator roles right now. And let's see, that really is pretty much what happened last week for Hustle Karma and Branding and Comms. I guess the good news is we're sort of to a point now where we're getting to kind of a business as usual pace for those meetings, right? The meetings have a familiar cadence. People are ticking all the boxes and getting things to happen. And getting things to happen is the bottom line. The coordinators group last week did not meet. It was really derailed by the Denver situation, so no update from the coordinators working group. And that completes the round the horn for all of the working groups. I'm about to hand it over here to Matt, so Matt, get ready. But before I do that, we got Zaki on stage. Zaki, is there anything that you'd like to discuss? Any news updates from your side? Share.
Main things that are happening is, the full-time workers distribution for the engineering, people who have been contributing to engineering since launch. That discussion has been ongoing. So, I'm expecting that to happen soon. What are other things that have been on the agenda? We have been continuing to work on figuring out different mechanisms to have price discovery for the token. And those are the main things that I've been working on.
Cool, thanks for that. Matt, I think it is time. We've got Matt Pruitt with us today from Radical Exchange. Matt, I'm going to leave it to you to introduce yourself, and I'll hand the stage over to you now.
Cool, thank you. My name is Matt Pruitt.
president of Radical Exchange Foundation, and I'm thinking that I'd like to sort of say a few words about Radical Exchange Foundation, who we are, what we do, what kind of interesting problems we are working on, and then we basically, would love to. The purpose of this is partly just to make you all aware of that, and also to invite you to participate in the various projects we've got going. We'd basically love to get more deeply integrated into the OL community, and excited to see what results from our collaboration and engagement. So. Okay, so let me take a step back. I'll explain a little bit about myself and about Radical Exchange Foundation. Does this make sense as a roadmap, Rick?
Yeah, sure does, man. Go for it.
Okay, cool. So I, in my previous life, was a lawyer. I was an antitrust lawyer for a number of years, litigator. On the plaintiff side, so I was basically thinking about the problem of power concentration, and how different kinds of economic systems sort of basically collapse into like unipolar structures, or how the power that particular actors have within economies tends to just sort of compound and snowball until capital is getting larger and larger returns, and everybody who's locked out is just sort of screwed. And I tried to solve that problem for many years as a litigator, basically representing small businesses, groups of people who were being, elbowed out in whatever way by companies who were, violating antitrust laws. For reasons that will make sense to you if you've spent much time in that space, I eventually became disillusioned in my ability to really systemically address the problem of power concentration as a litigator, litigating one case at a time in a legal system that didn't really have the tools to solve the problem. And so I became really interested in basically other ways of getting at it, like using essentially power distributing decentralized technologies to build power structures that would be more more durably inclusive and egalitarian. So that's kind of what I've been doing ever since. Started Radical Exchange Foundation in 2018 with Glenn Weil, who's an economist, and a number of other people. Basically, when we got started, what we were doing was the energy around a kind of a global group of people who had read the book Radical Markets, interested in the mechanism, design ideas in there as avenues for improving democratic decision making and shared ownership structures. And these ideas for sort of how to structure democratic decisions better, and how to build more basically more efficient, more egalitarian shared ownership structures. Have since the beginning we've been interested in the possibility of basically building these things into blockchain power structures. And I think that we're kind of reaching an inflection point where that's possible, where a lot of the little difficulties in getting that done have been surmounted, and there's enough sort of public understanding of what blockchain technology can do that the idea of describing quadratic voting structures in DAOs or partial common ownership structures in NFTs. This is like 3 years ago. This was untenably arcane to most people. Now there's genuinely a large group of people that
that is ready to build this stuff and understands what it might mean. But let me say a bit about the sort of philosophy behind. One detail that I sort of forgot to mention here is that we Radical Exchanges, we're a nonprofit, we're charity, we're on the good list. So appreciate your support, but also I'm hoping to drive like experimentation on OL with the ideas that we're sort of articulating. So with that kind of background, let me say a bit about how we are looking at the major sort of socio-political challenge that we're facing, and what I think we might do about it. So I think that one way of understanding kind of where we're at in terms of the relationship between technology and democracy and power is that for a very long time, the whole sort of project of technological progress has been oriented towards building technologies that help us better pursue individual goals, or that help, shape like groups of people perform, execute on well-defined goals. So there's this kind of like structure of empowering individuals or empowering groups to perform tasks and achieve goals that they can very clearly define. And I think that if you look though at the biggest problems that the world is currently facing, such as the sort of one example is like what's sometimes called the sense-making crisis. Basically, we're all sort of having trouble communicating and like understanding what one another want at a macro level. Or if you look at various dimensions of like existential risk and global catastrophic risks like biotechnology and AI, safety, and all these things of that nature. Really, the biggest problems that we have to solve globally don't fit into the category of what I just described. They aren't the kinds of things that the project of technological progress that's been going on for the past few centuries is really going to address. What we need to get better at now is not empowering individuals to pursue their separate individual interests, and not helping groups like nation states pursue their particular goals, like getting to the moon or whatever. What we actually need to get better at is synthesizing our interests. Another way of putting this is we need to build better tools, build better systems, better technologies for forming shared goals. And this is kind of a paradigm shift for like what we ought to be doing with technology. But I think that once it sort of clicks, it becomes clear that like this is what progress has to. This is how we have to define progress now, right? If we don't get better at coordinating around shared interests and sort of basically synthesizing the goals that we all share into large-scale kind of agendas, then either we're going to just totally collapse into some kind of autocratic situation, or we're going to just fail to solve our collective problems and destroy ourselves, by triggering some sort of global catastrophic event. So with this in mind, it's I think the project that we're working on is of the utmost importance. And let me say quickly some of the sort of ways that we, or some of the technologies that we're developing and how we're thinking about this. So, two of the big sort of hobby horses that Radical Exchange works on are quadratic voting, which some of you may be familiar with. I can explain a little bit more about what that is, and partial common ownership. And quadratic voting is basically a better way of helping large groups of people make complex, nuanced compromises between a range of different options. So it's essentially a way of updating democracy that allows voting processes to take in more information about what people want. So specifically what quadratic voting does is that it gives, instead of everyone just having like one vote that they can sort of go up and down with on a range of different options, everyone gets like an equal budget of voting credits that they can allocate between different issues however they want, depending on how strongly they care about the issue. And the way that it works is that if you want to vote once on an issue, it costs one voice credit. If you want to vote twice on an issue, it costs two. It costs 4 voice credits. If you want to vote 3 times on an issue, it costs 9 voice credits, etc. So you pay this sort of quadratic price if you want to express yourself more strongly on an issue, because you have less voice left over to weigh in on the other issues. And what this does is it's this kind of clever game theoretical thing that incentivizes people to essentially honestly disclose how much they care about particular issues, and that allows large groups to make complex compromises in which information about how strongly people care is kind of taken on board. One way of thinking about this is like, if the many of the information technologies of the 20th century, you could think of them as basically broadcasting technologies, right? They're ways of taking information and spreading information out all around the world, whether that's like from a radio tower in the middle of the 20th century, or whether it's from Twitter today, right? So we've gotten good at sort of yelling at scale, but what we need to get better at is like listening at scale. And quadratic voting is a way of doing that. Quadratic voting is a way of allowing lots and lots of voices to be rationally, fairly kind of synthesized together into a workable, fair agenda that has this sort of maximum level of Democratic support. Partial common ownership is another is a related idea where in which essentially, if you think of any sort of scarce resource, where what we can do is instead of kind of giving absolute permanent monopoly type ownership over that resource or that asset or slices of that asset, we can devise sort of game theoretical means for the negative externality of monopolies in that asset to be essentially paid for by the holder of the asset, and allow that that pricing of the negative externality to sort of flow over to the rest of the group. This, in addition to just being sort of fair and avoiding like rent extraction, this actually causes scarce assets to flow to their most efficient natural owner within systems. So it's this kind of as with much of what we do, what we're trying to advance are kind of institutional structures that marry fairness with efficiency, right? So in many contexts, you can really see fairness and efficiency as like two sides of the same coin. And sometimes when people hear that, they think, that what that means is that, we should just let sort of efficiency, or kind of our notions of efficiency should drive everything, and we can kind of forget about fairness. But it's actually it's like a two-way street, right? Generally, when you notice this, apparent sort of divergence between efficiency and fairness, what that is actually suggesting is that, each one might have something to teach the others. So sometimes, sometimes economic structures that are, claim to be efficient, actually aren't as efficient as they seem to be, and it's in that sort of inegalitarian structure, that sort of unfairness, and sort of monopoly interests that we can identify are clues actually to making it more efficient, and to essentially becoming structures that integrate the intelligence of more people than they otherwise might. This is kind of a lightning tour of some of the main issues we think about. Concretely, what the Radical Exchange Foundation does is we organize a global network of academics, technologists, artists, others, policymakers, etc., who are thinking along these lines, who are thinking about the sort of next steps that need to be taken to, keep democracy vital, not only at the nation-state level, but also just at the level of communities and self-organized, decentralized clusters of people, and all of this. So sort of democracy understood broadly. So we organize a network of people who are interested in this. We do some think tanky research and advocacy around incorporating this kind of cutting edge mechanism design stuff into new systems. And we also do consulting. So we work with governments. We work with decentralized communities. We work with advocacy groups that are interested in better democratic ways of understanding what their constituents are interested in, and we build some of our own tools that instantiate the kind of thinking about mechanism design and democratic process that I've been talking about. So for one example, we've built a tool called Radical Exchange Voice that allows people to take quadratic votes, but also builds in some other kinds of deliberative technologies and institutional structuring around the quadratic vote. So, in other words, like processes for figuring out who gets to construct the ballot, processes for figuring out who's in the conversation in the first place. All of this stuff needs to be thought about carefully in order for quadratic voting to be something that genuinely works, genuinely leads groups to better, fairer, richer decisions. So that's the that's Radical Exchange Foundation, and that's the kind of stuff we're working on. One kind of thing I'd like to throw out there to this community is we've done some work recently on thinking about partial common ownership structures in NFTs, and also thinking about kind of novel DAO governance structures. These are all topics that would love to talk more about, to talk in more depth about, and to get the many smart people in the OL community excited about. So, all right, I'll stop there. We'd love to have a conversation, answer questions, etc. Excellent, Matt. Thanks for that. And I do want to poke at that just a little bit more. For those of you in the room who are not familiar with this, Radical Exchange is part of the Validator set. I believe you guys were part of the Genesis set as well. And early on in the project, prior to launch, there was actually an experiment done with quadratic voting around some decisions that were being made in anticipation of the launch. But the community hasn't gone back and employed any of the Radical Exchange tools since then. I know that in the conversations about suitability of the tools for our purpose, one of the stumbling blocks, or one of the potential blockers that's been raised, is how quadratic voting really needs to be tied to strong identity. And as you know, this community does value anonymity. We don't have a strong identity schema in place right now. How can we overcome that, Matt? And do you see your tools or Radical Exchange's tools as being suitable for use in a community like the OL community, which is purely decentralized and does value anonymity?
Yeah, so anonymity and strong identity are definitely separable things. So it's possible to basically use civil resistance tools that preserve anonymity, and that's doable, and that's something that we've done in other contexts. Although it does, it would require some kind of extra layer, basically, of civil resistance verification, right? Without exposing identity. So that's like one way of thinking about it. But another way of thinking about it is that it isn't actually crucial in every context for the civil resistance or for the strong identity thing to be perfect. So in some sorts of group decisions where it's okay for it to be a little bit rough and ready, a little bit informal, basically. You can do quadratic voting perfectly well and get a lot of benefit out of it without an ultra strong, ultra secure identity layer. So, for example, if we wanted to in this meeting run a deliberative process that resulted in a quadratic vote, we could just do that, and it wouldn't be, we wouldn't be able to be positive that there isn't, somebody who's, in the Discord twice, but depending on the stakes, that might be okay in lots of different, kind of informal decisions. So that's how I would think about it. I think that when we're making, basically the identity robustness can sort of scale with the stakes of the decision. So, it's important not to let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thanks for that. I wanted to circle back to something that you just touched on right at the very beginning, and I think it would be useful to expand on. Radical Exchange, in addition to being a validator, you guys also run a community wallet. And that community wallet provides, or is set up to be able to provide funds for what types of work? How are you guys looking to use that community wallet? And if somebody here wants to come to you with a proposal for funding from out of that community wallet, what would you guys be looking at, and what would you find to be attractive?
I would say that basically the kinds of blockchain and Web3 related projects that we are looking to advance right now are innovative DAO governance frameworks, typically one's based on a strong or at least moderately strong identity layer, and partial common ownership. So this is, if anyone on the call is familiar with what Harburger taxes are, basically Harburger integrating Harburger taxed NFTs with let me back up. I mean, there's basically a bunch of different ways of mixing the kinds of issues, the kinds of technologies that we are interested in, and resulting in interesting, robustly democratic, fair, and exciting governance structures and community value creation structures. So part of this is on one layer, creating like a Harburger tax or as we call it sometimes, a SALSA tax NFT standard is like an important piece of infrastructure, I think, for lots of different projects that we'd like to see taking root in the OL ecosystem going forward. Identity is another kind of foundational piece. These things can be integrated into innovative DAO governance structures that I think are better than most of what DAOs are doing these days. Another kind of related area that dovetails with all that I was just talking about is community currencies. So we just put out a piece of writing about what we think might be possible with community currencies in the future that integrates a lot of what I just mentioned. And that's like another thing would love to work with the OL community on, or with anybody who's interested in exploring those ideas.
Very interesting. Is Radical Exchange involved with Danish Red Cross and that community currency program in Kenya?
No, not. I'm loosely familiar with what they're doing, and I know it's interesting work, but no, we're not involved with it.
Sorry. I thought there might be a chance that was the case. That's what grassroots economics, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, I'm going to open it up to anyone else on the floor that has questions, or Zaki, if you've got questions, does anyone have anything from that? You put up your hand, I will invite you up to the stage. All right, so I think that kind of wraps up the presentation for today from Matt Pruitt of Radical Exchange. Matt, thank you very much, and please do keep engaging with the governance working group, and I'm probably going to try to corner you individually to chat with you about some of the things that you mentioned today. There's some interesting stuff in there, so thank you very much, Matt. I appreciate you being here.
Great, thank you.
All right, everybody, we are about to wrap things up, but we always do like to leave a little bit of time at the end for questions. So if anyone has any questions about anything in regard to OL, the technology, the community, where we're going, what we're doing, now's the time to ask those questions. So I'll let you process that for a second, and I'll keep talking. Immediately after this meeting, a reminder at the top of the hour, the Branding and Comms Working Group will be meeting. So if you have an interest in what's going on over there, and there's a lot going on, please join that working group. All of our working groups are open to anyone. You don't have to be any kind of a formal member of a working group to show up. We welcome everybody. Also wanted to remind everyone that Shashank, who normally hosts this meeting, and I see you out there in the crowd, Shashank, you can't hide from us. Shashank has been off skiing and on holiday, so I stepped in for him today. He's got a hard life. And we normally rotate, trade off month by month. And so March, which will be our next meeting, I'll be stepping back into the moderator role for the month of March, and Shashank will be supporting, and then we'll switch up again in April. So just heads up, that's happening. I think that's all I've got for you guys this week. I don't see any hands in the audience. So with that, I am going to call this week's edition of the OL Weekly Community Call to a close. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'll see you online. Bye-bye.